Hello, BookTube. This is a continuing shelf tour. Bookcase 17, shelf 1, 2, 3, 4, part 2. I'm trying to adjust the light here. It's not doing very well. But we'll start off with a series of volumes. Not a big fan of. I started reading them because I had spent time in Forks, Washington, so I thought it'd be interesting. And of course, it's Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. So I do have them. Never really stuck with them. Here's New Moon. Eclipse. And Breaking Dawn. So, yeah, these are, they sold so many that they're rather easy to find, obviously. And I can say it wasn't really my sort of thing, but I know people really love them. So I had purchased them because of where they take place, and it's not quite the way I remember it. Well, I guess that's good. Yeah, Twilight series. Then I got this series of graphic novels by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. And those are the Lock and Key. Welcome to Lovecraft. I love the covers on these, the key design. Here's the title page. And let's see, colors by Jay Photos, and then letters by Robbie Robbins. When did these come out? This is 2008. So I'll give you a general idea of the artwork. So I have the first one here, Welcome to Lovecraft. So Lock and Key number 1. I'm missing a couple, but I do have the first few in order. Here's number 2, Head Games. Again, I really like, look at that, isn't that neat? I really like the art. Here's Crown of Shadows number 3. Here's Keys to the Kingdom number 4, one of my favorite covers. Number 5 is Clockworks. Then moving along, so what do I have? I have 5 of them, and I know I have a few more I need to get. Then, let's do these in order. I have Spawn, Todd McFarlane, book 1. These, let me see here. I got a good introduction to them. Todd McFarlane publication. A little beginning part by Frank Miller here. So I don't read, there's not really the type I usually read, and yet I enjoyed these. So I've managed to keep them. Here's Spawn number 2. Number 3. Here's number 4. I don't know if you can see that. And Spawn number 5 with Greg Capullo. Then, I don't know why I kept this. I was doing some research. This is one of those previews for the comic shop's catalog. You go through them and you can, well, here, let me do it on this side. Gives you ideas of what you want to do. So obviously I was doing some sort of research, and it's February 2017, so it's almost a year ago, and I have no idea why I didn't throw it away, but it's there. I usually don't keep those. And this is an interesting thing. Comic creators on Fantastic Four. You have Stan Lee, a few others. It's by Dom DeFalco. So you got different people writing about the Fantastic Four. This came out in 2005. So right now I'm reading the Keith Pollard. I just lost my bookmark, but that's all right. Additionally here, I've started collecting these, and I've got them out of order because that's how I found them. Jeff Smith, Bone. So I've got the Dragon Slayer, which is number 4. I've got Old Man's Cave, which is number 6. And Ghost Circles, number 7. Actually, to tell you the truth, I didn't really read them much until my son got into them, which was sort of cool. He doesn't read them anymore, and I'm not caught up. I do what I can. Then here's the Saga of Solomon Kane, over 20 classic stories. Most of you remember Robert E. Howard was the creator of Solomon Kane, the Puritan warrior. This is Dark Horse Publications, and it came out in July. First edition is July 2009. Here's the Trail of Solomon Kane. Here's some of the. I like these. I've always liked them. So if that's your thing. Then I have Stephen King and Peter Straub, The Talisman, Volume 1, The Road of Trials. This is adapted by Robin Firth, artwork by Tony Chastain, colors by Nee Rafuno and J.D. Metler, and lettering by Bill Tortellini, Ballantine Book, New York. Yeah, I like it all right. The artwork. And then this one, which was just a pickup because I got it cheap, and I'd actually like to find the rest of these. Another Dark Horse Publications. This is Serenity, Shepherd's Tale, Joss and Zach Whedon and Chris Samney. But you see it's number 3. Oh, do I have it here? Oh, no, number 3 right there. So you grab it because you get it for a good price, and then you go back and try to find the other ones and then forget about it. Right? So, I like the all the Serenity tales, so I'd like to finish that one out. I might be able to do that. Then another one here is Aliens Omnibus, Volume 1. Look at that cover. I love that. Again, Dark Horse. And let's see here. So it's the cover illustrations with John Bolton. And let's see. I'll give you much information there. Look at that. So, Aliens. And then here's another case of me trying to collect a series before I read it. That's not entirely true. I read the first one. So I read let me see here if they do the list. I read The Eye of the World. So this is Robert Jordan, Tor Fantasy, New York, 2003, and this is Crossroads of Twilight. I did like the first one, and this is what this book 10. So I have quite a few to collect, and then I have here 14, just because it's easy to find, the one with Brandon Sanderson. And I have not read either one of these. They've got these nice end papers and stuff. I do intend to at least try the second volume. So I picked these up at like library sales or something, very cheap, and you might as well grab them while you can. The thing about them is they'll take up a lot of shelf space, that's for sure. So that was Bookcase 17, Shelf 4, Part 2. Mostly like a mix of graphic novels and some fantasy, a little bit of horror. So there's only one shelf left to go, and then that's it. So thank you, BookTube.